2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to FTLG Summer. To begin with, I'm just going to say that we are doing this for the travel project. And if you want to know more about them, you can check the share it link, and you can also donate in chat if you want to donate, or click the panel in under the video player. But now, over to crazytonedog with some Ty the Tasmanian tiger. Hello, Crazy.
Hello everyone, I am crazytonedog, and today I will be running Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 51T on Xbox. I do believe I am ready to start, so if you would like to get the timer ready, I will give you a countdown.
Absolutely.
So here we go. We shall begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And here we are. This is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, originally released in 2002 for the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox, the version I'm playing on now. I'm actually playing on my Xbox 360, and the disc has backwards capability. But the very first thing we do into this run is we're going to run over to Julius, talk to Julius. They have a machine. This machine is going to help us find our lost family that was taken away at the beginning. A little bit of lore. So we have to find Thunder Eggs to power up this machine. And this is a Thunder Egg. That is 1 out of 51 collected. Thunder Eggs can be completely random. They're either going to be sitting there, you're going to have to do challenges throughout the map, win races. We'll be doing a lot of mixtures, but something I'm going to be doing throughout the run is on ledges I'm going to be biting, just to get a tiny bit of speed boost forward. Kind of hard to time, but this is the tutorial level. This is 2 up. Notice we are skipping a lot of dialogue, just teaching us how to move, how to do stuff. And this is the second Thunder Egg. After biting a bunch of spy cam eggs, we are able to make it up there. You also may notice I'm picking up a bunch of these orange egg things. They're called opals, and they are not used at all in 51TE because the only way you can get a Thunder Egg from them is collecting all 300 of them and turning them into a machine at the end of the level, or somewhere random in the level. And also something you may be noticing in the last 2 corners I did is biting cages. So Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, who I'm playing as, has a bunch of friends, and they all got locked up. And my job is to help them, free them. There's another one, there's a 4th one. And in each level, there's 5 hidden throughout the map. If you free all 5 of them, you get a Thunder Egg. As we travel along, I am jumping a lot. I think jumping is technically slightly faster. Like up and down hills, technically. Also just feels nice. Also, Ty can't swim yet. But now that Ty made it to here, he found a boomerang in the rock, and now he has 2 boomerangs, which allows him to hover. So I'm able to make it up on top of here. And now I have 2 boomerangs to throw. The reason why I'm going up here is because there's a Thunder Egg hidden behind a puzzle. I have to hit all 3 of these buttons. And the platforms will move accordingly. And you can see the Thunder Egg there. So that is another Thunder Egg done. Also, how this game works is there's 3 hubs before the final boss hub. Also, this is the 5th Bilby, so Thunder Egg for finding all 5 Bilbies in this level. But the game is divided into 3 hubs before the boss hub. Each hub, you need 17 Thunder Eggs to activate the machine at that hub. So, and there's 3 levels in each hub. Now, this is a task for a Thunder Egg to eliminate all these frills, I believe they're called, around this area, and you get awarded a Thunder Egg. 2-up has so many super fast Thunder Eggs, since it's the first level you interact with. Makes a bunch of sense. Now we have to clear the jump using our double boomerang wave. So that is another Thunder Egg, but we are not done. We have 1 more Thunder Egg to get in 2-up, which is located at the start. It's a time attack, which is unlocked after getting 1 of the Thunder Eggs. Our objective is to beat the goal time. So 38. If I'm really good, I can get a sub 30. My lines are impeccable. But let's see what I get. I'll probably get like a 30.46, if I had to put a guess in. Very straightforward minigame, though. We'll be doing this 1 or 2 more times? Oh, I got 29.05! The lines were insane! That's me done with 2-up. Get a little cutscene we're able to skip, and we're on to the second level of Hub 2, which is going to be... What is it called? How do I not remember this? Walk in the Park. I know what I'm talking about. Walk in the Park has a very cool skip in the beginning. It's called Slide 1 Skip. It skips a water slide you go down that takes forever. Pretty precise trick, and there's even a faster setup that's pretty hard to do. The faster setup is right in front of me right there. You're able to do the same thing I'm about to perform. But basically, we're getting in the trees, jumping across, moving tie. Oh, I thought I didn't get that. Oh my god. And barely making it over the hill. Obviously not intended. You're supposed to go down the slide and then end up at the top there. That skips a giant portion. And there is another Thunder Egg we found. Just up there. Mushrooms will shoot you up. And now here's another objective. I don't remember much of the dialogue in this game, but there's bats in this cave and we need to get the bats out. The bats are located here. And fun fact, first time I played this game, I went down into this cave and could not find these bats for the life of me, despite them being very obviously right there. I don't know, I just didn't think there were bats for some reason. But this part's pretty boring, we just have to wait for the bats to get to certain parts and then hit them with the boomerang to get them moving again. I guess I can talk about this game being remastered and released on other consoles. I believe originally is 2016 the HD version was released on Steam for PC. And then later for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. And this means there's just so many different consoles to run this game on. So this is Slide 2. We skip basically the same version of this, but to get to that top section with that Slide 1 skip. Yeah, we're going down. And I'm kind of scared for the next part, since I haven't practiced it too much, but one of the most annoying Thunder Egg, objectives to do is chasing down turkeys and biting at them to scare the Thunder Egg out. This is the first instance of it. There are lineups to help you out, but gotta react if they don't go the way they want you to. So they didn't go right, so I think it's... Oh, I just missed, so I'm gonna be chasing around this turkey. The backups are just so hard to obtain. That wasn't that bad. Could have been so much worse. Pretty hard. The biting is pretty precise. You have to be really close to them. But that's another Thunder Egg, and we're on to the final Thunder Egg. You also notice we didn't get any bilbies. It's not really fast on the original Xbox, I believe, since ground swimming doesn't exist. I messed up the parkour there. But get the Thunder Egg on top of this tree, hit it among, and time to leave, walk in the park. Very fast, easy level. On to the final level of Hub 1. This is Shipwrecks. Yes, it is. We're going to learn how to swim, and we're going to get an aqua ring, so we're able to use boomerangs underwater. So Ty the Tasmanian tiger doesn't know how to swim, right? So talk to the lifeguard, go get these boomerangs, and all of a sudden Ty the Tasmanian tiger knows how to swim like an athlete. If I went into the water previous, he would have been flinging his arms around, have no idea. I'm pretty sure the lifeguard just says, move your arms or something, and all of a sudden, look how fast Ty can swim. Very fast learner. Speaking about very fast learner, I picked up this game this year, actually. I played it casually, January 3rd, and I grinded this game. It's such a fun run with so many skips that you will be seeing. I grinded this game and obtained the world record in just under a month for the OG versions of the console, which is nowhere close to the PC versions times, but the PC version has a separate any percent category. This is 51 TE is the any percent category for OG consoles, basically, because you're unable to get over the gate via doing a ground swim, which is a PC exclusive trick. Okay. Well, I'm doing... Oh, wow, that was really fast. That is not my average split for this. Basically, you're supposed to go on the other side where there's a little hole to hit the button, but you can manipulate Ty's boomerangs. If you shoot them in a certain way, they will go through the wall. Also, we're supposed to go to the left over there to actually climb this hill, but there's like a little ledge we can grab here, and then with... Oops. I want to be more to the right to stand on the ledge. This is a little tricky. And then we run across this and make it up here, skipping going to the left. That was probably still faster than going left, despite how long that took. Also, we're avoiding ledge grabs, but because it's slow. Just instantly getting on the platform. Here's the second Bilby we found. This level's pretty difficult. Definitely the hardest level in the first hub, in my opinion. But yeah, we're working our way towards the 17 total Thunder Eggs for this hub. Oh, I didn't get the frame perfect jump. I've only gotten, I'm pretty sure there's a frame perfect jump, and I've only gotten it like 2 times. Where you can just jump on top of the quicksand, which I am avoiding by knocking down these coconuts. But you're able to just jump on top of the quicksand if on the same frame you land on it, you jump, I'm pretty sure. Or something along those lines. Oops, extra jump, it's fine. Third Bilby. Also, earlier, I didn't mention, we talked to the seahorse. The seahorse lost 8 of their children, so that's 2. Which may be a recurring theme for some reason in this game. The parents seem to always lose 8 of their children. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't lose 8 of my children. I mean, that's something I wouldn't do. So now we have 3 of them. We're just going to be picking them up. I think all the rest we actually get after the end. There's another Bilby here we have to collect. Also, for swimming underwater, once you press A few times, you're able to hold A. But I didn't learn that for like a pretty long time. So I just spam A every time. I don't even like holding A after a few presses. That's a cool little skip. You go against the hill. There's actually a platform you're supposed to land on to aim the boomerang at, but that's a very fast skip. The hill spiral actually starts to the right, but there's a Bilby over here, which that's a 5th Bilby, so we get the Thunder Egg for that. And we're just able to walk up this hill, as long as we don't go 2 to the right or 2 to the... way 2 to the left. Mainly 2 to the right. It doesn't make any sense, but it's a video game. Not everything's gonna make a lot of sense. It's a very fun speedrun, though. This is just like Hub 1. I do believe, as the hubs go on, the tricks get quite more entertaining and quite more difficult. I don't like the last hub. There's so much difficult activities you gotta do. Okay, we made it to the top of the hill, which I believe is the lifeguard's girlfriend, wife, I don't know. But also, we're using the mushrooms again. I didn't explain that in 2-up, but there's a pair of mushrooms in every course, which teleports you across the level most of the time, or sometimes halfway, depending on the level. But now all we have left is to find the remaining 5 children of the seahorse. We always gotta throw a boomerang at that fish. That fish will always attack you. It's very hard to avoid. But very straightforward, hub 1 done. As soon as we pick up all these seahorses. So we're at 16 total Thunder Eggs. This will be the 17th one. And after collecting the 17 Thunder Eggs, we will be able to activate the machine that we talked to at the beginning. That Julius has that we talked to at the beginning. And we're going to be introduced to our first boss fight. So now that we have the 17 Thunder Eggs to power up the machine, We found one of the bad guys. Welcome to Bull's Pen. The objective of this is to guide the bull into the sticks to damage themselves. Crazy. Pretty straightforward. Just wait next to the pole. Oh, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to get hit every time because you'll die, so I want to try to avoid being hit by the poles every time. But this is very straightforward. Also, you may notice that we've only had regular boomerangs at this point. Each boss, each of the 3 main bosses will grant us a different elemental boomerang. So this one is to unlock the Flamering. The reason why we're unlocking the Flamering is because it's the only way to progress to the second hub, since it's covered by a giant ice wall, which you'll be seeing after this fight. But yeah, this fight's pretty boring, straightforward. You wait for it to do attacks far away, and then you'll throw boulders after the 3rd hit. But then you just guide it into poles again. I think dying is fine, but one more pole to hit. Also, this enemy is extremely loud if you put the camera right next to them. They are just extremely loud, but I'm just gonna wait, stay hydrated, make sure you're drinking water out there. Boulders pass again, and then we just wait in front of the stick. And that is the first boss completed. Little cutscene of us unlocking the fire boomerang, I believe. So now that we defeated the first boss, we're going to be moving on to the second hub world. Now we have our flame rings. Also, in that hut we spawned in, you're able to unlock other boomerangs in the game if you collect the golden cogs hidden along each level, which is something that isn't done other than Hundo, and a category extension called All Golden Cogs, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of category extensions for this game that are pretty cool. Just doing a bunch of like the one-off things, like rainbow scales are hidden among like the main hub world, the Rainbow Falls. But here we go, first level of Hub 2. This is Bridge of the River Ty. We're going above the map. We're above the rocks. Pretty cool. We will be going out of bounds in this game. At least twice. That's kind of not, because you're able to go on the other side. I hate this jump. You basically line up here, and you try to do as a good, I think I just forgot the lineup for this. But, there you go. Something I haven't explained is actually the I don't even know what it's called. Boomerang hovers. Basically, at the peak of Ty... Oh, nice, I just got hit. At the peak of his jump, you're able to activate the gliding of the boomerangs, and it actually gives you a little height if you time it right, which is pretty cool. Which I will be showing an example of crossing this bridge up here. So that's the second Bilby we have rescued. So that's an example of a golden cog up there. Lets you unlock the other boomerangs of the game. Which some of them are cool, some of them aren't. But yeah, at the peak of his jump, if you activate the thing, you notice Ty will get a little height. That will be very useful in a lot of parts of the run, and it's been useful. Probably before I even mentioned it, but especially in this level, crossing that bridge gap makes it so much easier. There's an entire skip that we'll see in Hub 3 for Rex Marks the Spot, where we skip an entire volcano section with a very precise jump that I dislike. It's very hard. In my run before my PB, I lost 50 seconds to it, and for those wondering, my PB is a 57:41, so this game is just under an hour long. I have a long estimate, mainly due to the fact of the last trick called Doom Clip, which is much harder on the original versions of the game, since the remaster actually allows you to slow down the boomerang with a button, which is pretty cool. Also, I talked to this, what is this creature? Some sort of frog. They're scared of the dark, and I've been lighting up these barrels for them to follow. They're over there, you can see them running towards us. In the middle, I went and got a bilby. It's a pretty boring section after. You just light everything up. So, this is his house behind him. Basically, we just have to wait for him to get close. We can start going towards the next spot we have to, but we're gonna have to stop at this pile of opals, or else the game won't realize what happened. So yeah, they made it home. We don't need to talk to them anymore. They actually do have an objective of you lighting up 8 like campfire things around the level, but it's very slow. Much faster to do everything else, since you have to go back to his little home area. This is a very cool and relaxing task for a Thunder Egg. Just jump from a tower and go through rings. Very easy. Very, very easy. Okay, coming up next, we actually have a mini boss fight. We're gonna be jumping across here, grabbing on the ledge, compared to navigating through the bridge. Who is this? What is your name? Basically, his tail, hitting his tail with the flamerings, damages them, you jump over them. You're able to do this fight a lot faster, but I never learned to. Kind of difficult. I jump a little early there, and then on the last hit you're able to hit his stomach. We're going to do a skip where we bite into him, and we bounce off of him, skipping the celebration animation. Celebration animation. Crazy. That's a pretty cool Thunder Egg. Little mini boss. I think their name's Nettie, I just remembered it. There's the 5th bilby hidden, captured away on the level we freed. And onto the final Thunder Egg, which is a really annoying Thunder Egg. Pretty... Oh, nice. That ledge grab's pretty hard, but we have to bite 2 turkeys this time. I messed up that bite. No! What? Oh no. Oh, if I would have gotten both of them. Oh! That work? Okay, it worked. Okay. That could have gone unbelievably worse. I'm actually very happy with that. I'm telling you, chasing the turkeys around is not fun. It's actually pretty difficult. And there's actually like precise lineups you're supposed to do. And for that one, the one I do is kind of RNG based because I think the turkey can run backwards. So that can be a really annoying one. And the backups are just pain, since they have multiple paths they can take. But welcome to the Snow Worries. Once again, a parent lost 8 of their children, which, so far, 4 of them have been covered under snow. You hate to see it. But we're gonna go along, collect them. So we're at 4 already. There's another one buried under snow over here. Terrible parenting in this game. And why is it always 8 children? Nonsense. Whee! Okay. We're gonna go over here because somehow a child made it past a bunch of these sharp ice spikes and got covered under snow over here. Makes sense. We got 2 more to go. This level has some pretty hard tricks, especially mill skip at the end. It's very precise. Saves a ton of time compared to doing it intentionally though. Going across like a giant bridge and hitting buttons. Luckily, these last 2 children aren't covered under the cold snow. And they're just chilling on top of pillars. Past these ice cubes, there's a bilby. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Do 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 do. Making my way across. This is a Bilby that's easy to forget, especially earlier in running this game. When you're just adding it to your route, they're just kind of off to the side. Luckily, I have quite a lot of experience in this game. Ice physics are pretty cool. You can go pretty fast. I like to wiggle the stick around to go faster. It feels like, at least. Okay, this part's annoying. I also just learned recently that this isn't a lobster. I don't know what this is. I was told what it is, but basically we have to guide him into a wall, which that little thing counts as like against a wall, and then they're gonna chase you, and our objective is to trap them into this cave. So we're gonna knock 3 of the teeth down, and then the other 2 once they're in it, and then we get the Thunder Egg for trapping them. Also, since we're in Hub 2 now, and I haven't mentioned the fact, the Thunder Egg is now blue in the inside. Just to show you're in a separate area. Okay, we've made it to the mountain. The mountain has some pretty hard stuff, including the final thing we have to do before returning the children to the parent. That's another Bilby. So this is a pretty cool Thunder Egg to get. You go into this cave and you destroy these ice spikes in color order. So the ones on the middle and left and right are slightly in front of the others. I'll flip. Also, this is on a timer, so if I don't hit them in the color order of like the rainbow in time, then I'm a little screwed. They will all just fall, and it'll take a bit to reset. But yeah, knocking them off in that order makes it fall, and there's a Thunder Egg. Okay, moving along, moving along. Also, this makes sense. Floating ice blocks in the sky. We love video games. And that's the 5th Bilby. Another Thunder Egg for that. And now we make our way towards the mill. So typically you see those wood platforms up above. You're supposed to travel along all of them, or almost all of them, and hit buttons to create a staircase that goes up to the top of the mill. Nice. But like I said, we're gonna be doing mill skip. It's pretty hype trick. I think I get second try in my PB, but it's very precise. It's not easy, and it's coming up. I'm just hyping up mill skip so much. You gotta be hyped for it. Oh yeah, there's just a Thunder Egg at the top of the mountain. Of course. But here we go. This is the mill. What we're gonna do is precisely go up this tiny ledge at the start, jump up here at the end, jump on here, try to do a lineup of landing on this little... Yeah, I did it! Now I have to jump across. I did the hard part. Let's go! First try mill skip, baby! That's what we talk about. Holy smokes. And now all we have to do left is talk to the parent and return the 8 children, which is right here. Very nice stuff. And that is Snow Worries. Done very well. That has to be faster than my PB, which is quite funny. Okay, one more level left in Hub 2. This is Outback Safari. Annoying level. Mainly due to one part, the emus. Not fun. But what we're gonna do here is talk to Shasta, and it teleports us across the map a bit. So we're just gonna do an activity where we knock down 4 of these water towers to save the burning buildings, which only start burning after you break the tower, the previous tower, which doesn't seem very good. Bilby behind here we have to get, and then slam into his last tower. I thought it was more to the left. Oops. To break the water down and save the buildings from being on fire. So that's in pretty easy Thunder Egg to get. This level is also really annoying in 100% because every opal is contained in every single one of these small boxes. And it's possible to break the box and not pick up the opal. And of course, in 100%, you have to pick up every single opal. There's also just a thunder egg chilling right here at the waterfall. I think every level has a thunder egg that's just chilling. Maybe even 2 in some, yeah. Multiple, but... we already have 4 boobies. That was really fast. I literally bounced off of them. Not even bounced, I just slide it off of them. Okay, this is a challenge where we have to break these pipes for whatever reason. The sensitivity on the Xbox controller is just so crazy. You have to be so small movement. Also, these barrels are gonna try fixing it. Can I get this one in time? Nope, they started fixing it. You're able to do that before they fix it. Come on. Oh, they're fixing the first one. Okay, we're good. That's a really annoying thing since the sensitivity on a little Xbox controller stick is so high. Very hard. Back to Outback Safari. Returning back to the hub to go back into the level to go at the start. Now we're actually going to be doing the task chart. Shazza goddess, which is the oh, I pressed the wrong button. Is the emus. This is annoying. These emus just run around aimlessly, right? And you just have to hit them with this inaccurate boomerang on a rope, which is called something. I forget what it's called, but it'd be very annoying, and it's a very unprecise activity compared to like most of the tricks in this game has precise lineups. This is just they're running around everywhere. You're gonna sometimes it's gonna be good, sometimes it's gonna be bad. Definitely an annoying part of the run. Also, sometimes they hide pretty well behind stuff. I'm already at 6. Gotta get 2 more after this. Can you see how this part is annoying? This thing is just, it's hard to aim with it. They are not supposed to go this far. They're supposed to stay in the circle. Anyways, all 8 collected. Now on to the final part, which is escorting Shazza. I don't even know if that's like right. I don't know what I'm saying, but we do a very cool tactic of pushing the car they're in to make them go a lot faster. I'm holding the camera down because it's just easier to tell. Also, there's a bunch of hooligans trying to blow up their car into their car, their bikes, which we can't allow for sometimes. Also, this tornado is annoying. But we can destroy them with either our ring or slamming into them. But yeah, especially at the end, assuming they have enough health, we're just gonna let them take hits. Last booby's hidden in here. This one is something you can forget, that booby, while doing this chase. They're getting hit quite a bit. It's not optimal. Are you kidding me? Also, sometimes when you slam into them, it doesn't work just like that. I mean, it's so silly. This level is very silly, just knowing how inaccurate things can be. Also, that wasn't good. I think they're at good enough health where I can just push them for the rest, even if they get hit like 2-3 times. The other option is actually a time attack, like we did in the very first level 2-up. But that actually has a very precise race. Nice. And that is another 17 Thunder Eggs collected in the Hub 2, which is now we're at 34 total. So now the machine is able to be activated, and we find Crikey at Crikey's Cove. They are a shark. And this is very straightforward. Basically, there's a bunch of fire extinguisher things under the water, and we hit them, and once they reach the surface, the shark will attack them, and then we blow them up, and they take damage. But I'm just going to be sitting and waiting for the fire extinguishers, or whatever they are, to reach the surface. and repeating. So if there's anything you would like to share, Tom, about the marathon, go for it.
Yes, as I said before, we are raising money for the Trevor Project. They work to help the LGBTQ youth in crisis and ensuring that they know that they are not alone. So to donate, you can click the donate panel or use donate in chat. You can also use exclamation point charity if you want to read more about them.
Thank you very much. And yeah, just like that, hit them with 3 explosions and they're done. Very straightforward, very easy. When I first played this game, I could not figure out what to do. I just didn't even try hitting things underwater. Very not straightforward and doesn't tell you what to do. But just like that, Hub 2 boss is completed, and now we have frost rings to clear the entrance of Hub 3, which is blocked by a bunch of wood on fire. So we're able to freeze it and get past. And Hub 3, oh, let me tell you about Hub 3. There's some difficult tricks in this. In any percent, we only need the frost ring and flamer ring on PC because we're able to do a ground swim to get past the gate, where typically you're supposed to light it up with the 3rd ring you get after this hub. So this is not done in the any percent run for the HD versions. But welcome to Lenny Skip. This is the first skip. Basically we jump on top of Lenny. I knew that was slightly too forward. Very precise trick here. Jump, bite to lock in position. Wow, that didn't work. What? Is that 2 left? It's good. And then we jump over these 2 logs. Let's go. First try. Clip out of bounds and make it to the end of the level, actually. Towards the end of the level, where we verse the mini-boss of this fight, which is an evil version of Tai, I believe. I'm not sure. But the objective of this is to freeze them right as they move. Nice. So the boomerangs hit themselves and they take a bunch of damage. You also can keep freezing and burning them over and over again, but I find this easier. Right as they move, their boomerang goes around and hits them and they take a bunch of damage. Very easy fight to do. Timing actually can be very hard. It's not very easy, but straightforward. Also, this level is called Liar Liar Pants on Fire. That's because Lenny, throughout this level, tells you the opposite things what to do. Lenny's a liar. For example, right now we're freezing the furnace to get the thunder egg out of it. Lenny tells you to use your flamer ring to burn up the furnace. Also, Lenny directs you into the wrong tree stunks that we saw at the beginning. Lenny's a liar. Oh, I just missed that cycle if I was fast enough to react. Reason why it's called Liar Liar Pants on Fire. Lenny is a liar. But yeah, this is the end of the level typically. You're supposed to navigate through like trees and then there's a giant path. Objective in this level is to activate 5 levers. So that's 1. Go up here. Across. 2 more levers. Another Bilby. Doing a bunch of things at the same time. I mean, it's done often in the run, as you've seen already too. And then the other 2 levers, you were able to get from the ground. You just jump from this tree to hit both, which is pretty cool. You're intended to go up on top, but you're able to hit from the ground, so why wouldn't you? Okay, now we're going to the hidden area of this level, which we're able just to extended glide. I figured out what it's called. It's called extended gliding, and then bite to reach on top of that. And then there's the thunder egg in this little secret area. Very, very cool. And now we're gonna work the level backwards. So that was the final area. You're supposed to go down this giant water slide that you see right here. But the mushrooms are placed at the top and bottom of the slide for this level, which makes the routing incredibly easier compared to if it was at the start and end of the game, of the level. Because we're able to do that via out of bounds, one way. That golden cog, if you pick it up, there's an animation, you lose time. Oh, nice. Very good. So, since we are doing this backwards, this is supposed to come up after the fact, but it makes more sense backwards. Let me try explaining it first. So, there's a hidden button in the spider cave. And it activates... Come on. My boomerangs were hitting the spider and not the button. It activates a platform, so we're able to get a thunder egg that was supposed to be at the beginning of the stage, but since we do it backwards, it's actually better since we're going towards it. So right past these spy camera eggs is the platform that is now moving. Oh, nice cycle. That moves very fast up and down, but always nice to just barely make a cycle. But yeah, typically that platform shut off and you're supposed to get the button and then go back, but... Okay, onto the final Bilby right here. Now we have all 5 in this level. Now we can leave. Just kidding. We're just leaving to go back at the start of the level. We have one more Thunder Egg to get in this area. That is the time attack, the TA, as we call it. Just like we did in 2-Up, but this time we're going down the slide. Also, if it's technically faster if you get like frame perfect or near frame perfect jumps every single time. But the human way to do it is just hold down the B button and glide against the river. The reason why I jumped for like a little bit after the first 2 rings is because it's possible to slide underneath these rings, which would just immediately fail you. But very fast slide, 29 seconds, can be done in 28. And that is the final Thunder Egg we will be getting from Liar Liar Pants on Fire. Okay, on to Black Stump. Beyond the Black Stump. This is a level. The very first thing we're doing is, once again, we're going to have to go find 8 missing children from a lousy parent. How dare they? We're going to be doing a really cool skip that saves quite a lot of time compared to the intended way to get this kid. Oh my god. The struggle. I'm already at 2 hits, this is bad, but basically we're going to manip these frills. Come on, get over here. I know y'all want to. Manip these frills to line up next to each other so we can jump on their head and make it up. That is extremely good. That can take so long sometimes if the frills aren't behaving the way you want them to. But we're able to jump on their head and skip a giant section where we're supposed to like jump across the entire level. Through like mushrooms that take forever. Very cool skip. Very frustrating skip to do in runs since it's this late in the run. What are we, 42 minutes in? It's pretty hard to manipulate those frills. I think there is a very precise way to like at the start go over the hill to make it there. Also there's this jump we have to do. Okay. This jump's not hard, it's just the fact I'm scared to run into the fire after I make the jump. There you go, I landed. There's one of the missing kids. Now we're at 3 or 4? 4. So, I think there's like 3 of these mushrooms that shoot you across the map to get that first koala we skipped. And it takes a while. Going back to get this Bilby. And we're able to jump across, very cool. I'm at 2 hits, I believe, which is kind of optimal. I mean, it's technically optimal to be 1 hit at this point, but taking 2 hits is a lot safer. Because if you die, you respawn at the beginning, which has happened in runs that I've been on pace before for me, which is really annoying. So I like to be 2 hits or even 3 hits here to be safe, but the last kid here, we have to get past this fire section, which is pretty hard. Nice. And then optimally, if I was 1 hit, I respawn after that to go to the beginning. It takes like 40 seconds to get back to this section or something. It's really annoying. But yeah, that was a very good koala section. Now on to the final time attack of the run, I believe, that we will be doing. This one's pretty cool. We're racing a snowboarder. Something not cool about this is the physics on the ice the first time you interact with them. Ty will go very slow. What else is there to talk about? I mean, this game has so much to talk about. I mean, there's even, like, variations of scripts I don't go for. You may notice that I don't have to entirely go into the ring. If I, like, touch a side of it, sometimes it'll count. Like that. But yeah, first time you touch the ice, the game is programmed to slow you down. Or something like that. It's annoying. Hey! Yeah, this snowboarder can be really annoying. Like, very annoying. Just getting your way in this area. It's fine. This is my favorite soundtrack in the game, by the way. This game has pretty good songs. I enjoy them a lot. But I love this time attack music. It's the best, in my opinion. Oh my god, that was a crazy line. Of course, fighting to get a little lunge at the finish line. Where am I going? Okay, there's some tricky parkour for this part. Jump across to this log. Oh wow, that's not the tricky part. But you're intended to, like, go to the right there. Okay, this is the tricky jump where we go on the very top of this log. It's not super precise, but... And then attach to this log here. I mean, it skips us a good section. Seconds, but seconds count for a run that's just under an hour. I think the PC world record is actually 45.50 something for 51 Ti, which of course the PC version is going to have much faster loads and all, but the precision. Oh wow, okay, that is something I literally haven't done since returning to this game, is making it on top of this pillar. I did it twice. I'm so used to just ledge grabbing and waiting a second to climb up. Wow. But yeah, there's just a thunder egg hiding in there. Here's a bilby in here. Use a box to get out to avoid a ledge grab, but we can just do the ledge grab if we have to. Avoiding ledge grabs are fast. I've said this before. We don't want to wait a second and a half for Ty to climb up. It's not fast. Okay, so coming up, there's a koala glowing green, meaning they're holding a thunder egg, similar to a turkey, except for we don't have to bite. We just have to stand next to them after a certain point. We're skipping them now because we need to go grab this second to last bilby before we get teleported after catching this koala. But it's RNG if they go forward or right. We want them to go back towards us. Did they go back towards us? Nope. So they went forward. That's the bad RNG. It is what it is. But it's okay. We're able to run back into them going this way. If they went left, that would be more tricky to deal with. If they go the right path there, much easier. And the final bilby located down here. And that is the end of whatever this level is called. Black Stump. There you go. On to Wrecked marks the spot. Yeah, the hardest. Hardest level in the game. Yeah. If not second. This level has silly tricks I dislike. And they're both in the first half, so right away, first thing we're going to be doing is skipping, if you see to the right now, actually you really can't see it, but we're going to skip a very slow cycle that you're supposed to go get on top of and wait such a long time around. It's right here to the right. You're supposed to go onto that platform that's floating and then jump across to this bilby to capture it. But with a but a precise trick of freezing the water and then burning the ice block to make it on top. Via doing this. Getting a nice extended glide on this edge. No, that was close, that was close. We're able to skip the entire platform. As you can see, the ice platform gets tilted upwards, and we're able to climb up a little bit, get a little extended glide, just to barely make it on top of that pillar. I'll take a second try. Let's go. Okay, here we go. This is Frills, another terrible part of the run. This level sucks. It's RNG where these Frills are, pretty much. Don't mind me freaking out. You can either eliminate them by them driving into ice blocks, or you throwing a flamerang or boomerang at them when they are dropping an explosive into the water. But yeah, this last Frill is pretty far away. We don't like that. Oh no. Am I screwed? Flip. Oh no. It's possible to get all three on this side, and you're just able to get them all right away. That is super ideal. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the Geo Long. There you go. So that's another annoying part. Now, after this, we're going to be doing a skip I like to call Volcano Skip, which skips us going into a volcano and doing some, like, decently long, easy parkour. With, now we have to skip that, we have to do an extremely precise extended glide to get height towards the end of the section, which I'm not going to be happy with. Very difficult stuff. We'll be at the end of this island. Well, it's just over here. This island right in front of me has a giant volcano you're supposed to go in, navigate, go through the end, and get the Thunder Egg that's located on the outside, just right where we're approaching. But with a very precise lineup and good extended glide jump, we should be able to attach to this rock. This is very hard. That felt amazing. Oh, it's so hard. Yes! I'll take like a fourth try. I think that was a fourth try. That was beautiful. Diving back into the water. The reason why I'm gliding there is because if I dived right away, the water's too shallow and I would just stand up pretty slow. I got very excited because I think my PB got it first try, and I lost a second because I wasn't thinking about gliding into the water. Something very small and little, but wow, my A pressing sucks. My controller's A button's a little bit goofy, so it's not ideal. Also, something we're doing in this level is collecting a bunch of, or not collecting, but talking to a bunch of chests with the speaker in it. Because once we find every chest in the map, we get rewarded with a Thunder Egg. So, we've been doing that along doing all the other Thunder Eggs, of course. Coming up next is, on paper, very easy Thunder Egg. Should not mess it up. You quite literally go onto this vent. Ain't no way. And just do some parkour across to get to this Thunder Egg. Don't think there's a way to skip this, to get on top of that pillar without using ground swim. Oh, that was like the worst attempt I've ever done there. Oh, my webcam froze. You know what? I'll fix it. Who cares? Sometimes my webcam freezes. I'm sorry about that. Oh, well. But we back. Here we go. I'm supposed to take my time on these jumps, but flip it. It's fast not to. Nice. You're able to make this jump without grabbing onto a ledge, which, of course, for some reason, I've mentioned 7 times this run, explaining how grabbing onto the ledge loses like a second. We don't like losing time. But yeah, that's a straightforward Thunder Egg that's easy to mess up if you aren't paying attention, just like me. That's another Bilby. heading to another chest. Pretty straightforward stuff. All the hard stuff's done pretty much. Now we're just speaking to the rest of the chest. Gonna grab the last Bilby. And after that, we will have 51 Thunder Eggs, able to activate the final machine. So we're able to do the boss of this hub. And then after that, we will unlock the Zapparang, which powers up the final gate. So we're able to do the final hub, the final mini boss hub, which is pretty cool. So yeah, hop to the chest in the water. Now we're going back towards where we begun around. I think we started a little bit to the right up here. We started on that platform over there. We've gone pretty much full circle. There's the last Bilby located up here. And the final chest will be right over here. The end of this beach. As we talk to the chest, we get reward the final Thunder Egg we need. And just like that, we are going back to the world to fight the final boss of the hub worlds, which is the hardest by far. This is Fluffy. Fluffy is no fun to deal with. Oh, I got a leg. It's better, in my opinion, to hit the chest or arms first, because they're just harder to hit, since the arms are moving and the chest is just hard to hit. Oh, nice, I got the arm. Too fast. But yeah, this is Fluffy. Nice. This is somewhat fast, I think. So that was the first phase. Now we have to... What? What? Okay. This is why Fluffy's annoying. I mean, sometimes a collision like that is just garbage. Second phase is going along these fire dispensers and throwing your Flamerang to get extra fire, to do more damage to them or something. Just going back and forth, back and forth. Oops. And then the final phrase, we switch to our Frost Ring, and we kill them. Easy peasy. That is the final boss of the hubs. Defeated. Now we are rewarded with the Zapparang, which allows us to activate the final area. Get hyped. Game is almost over. The game is almost completed. So with this little generator, we throw the Zapparang at it, and it activates the gates to open. Also, jumping over that rainbow scale just saves one dialogue if you don't pick up any rainbow scales in the run. Because the first rainbow scale you pick up, you will get a dialogue. Which loses like half a second. Boo-hoo. This is Cast Pass. Is it Cast Pass? Yeah. We're going out of bounds right away. It's a beautiful level. Oh, a little bit over forward, but basically we're jumping on this tree that has collision that allows you to stand on it. A little bit too early this time. Flip. Messing up. Honestly, not too hard of a trick, but it's at the end of the run, so easy mess up. Of course, look, we're fine. This is a bit awkward, but thankfully, oops, since we're on the Xbox version, there's just floor below the water, which is not present in the HD remaster, so I'm pretty sure I would just fall infinitely there. Very exclusive original console activity there. It's very weird. But yeah, we clip out of bounds, and we're able to swim under the level, because there's just water under the level for whatever reason. Yo, I forgot that can even happen. Oh my god, it's been so long. There's just enemies below the platform, and if you try diving in, sometimes, since the dive button and bite are the same, you will try tracking to the enemies. Such as tracking to the enemies, that skips us going around to the other side where there's a staircase we're supposed to go up to. If we just jump out the water and bite. So this is the mini boss. This is the level Cast Crest. They don't like air. I mean, I just activate a button that puts air onto them, and they take a third of damage, and we do that 2 more times. We love Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And of course, if you're any way interested in learning the speedrun of this game, there is an entire Discord. There's so many people that will help you out. And very helpful. They're very... Wait, no, they're right there. Wait, I messed this up. I don't know what I did. I don't even know what I did. Of course, this game is on so many different platforms. PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and like on Xbox and PlayStation you can play them on the newer consoles, I'm pretty sure. Very fun run to pick up, so many skips to learn. But that's the second hit. Now on to the third hit. I like how I didn't make that. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this one we just kind of have to wait quite a bit. So I'm gonna drink some water. Make sure you're staying hydrated, of course. Wait for that voice line to play, or that screech more so. And just like that, we are on to the final boss fight. This is the final fight. We will be doing an insane, awesome skip. So first off, we have to destroy all these turrets by freezing them and then biting them. Oh, I froze the other one. Come on. Now we're able to destroy the doors, which were not destroyable before destroying the turrets. Now we go down below and destroy these pipes. So we're able to unlock the boomerang. The final boomerang will be unlocking, which is a free roaming boomerang. So now we have the boomerang, and what we are going to do here is called Doom Skip. Basically, we clip the boomerang out of bounds here. Nice camera. We clip it out of bounds in this decision. Drive it along. A lot of this has collision at the start, and we clip out of bounds. So what we're supposed to do is go throw the boomerang into the start, and then there's a giant tunnel we're supposed to travel through, which you're seeing right now. And what we do, hopefully, is we have to squeeze through a tiny crack at the end of the pipe, and then we should be able to hit the final end trigger. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a lineup. Oh, I got through, but I wasn't straight. But basically, if I get through, I have to wait 2 seconds, and then I direct the boomerang down, and then that triggers the final cutscene, which will be time. But this is a very precise trick. It's extremely, very precise. On the HD version of this game, there's a function that allows you to slow down the rotation of the boomerang, which is really cool. But here we go. Attempt number 2. Here we have it. A lot more room to line up here. Gonna slide under the crack, hopefully. 1, 2, boom! That is time! Absolutely destroying the estimate. And that is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. 51 TE on Xbox. That run went extremely well. With knowing how many tricks can go wrong in this game, and just, it's so precise, I did extremely well, and I'm very happy. A second try Doom clip is beautiful. Faster than doing it the intended way, even if you get a second try. But that is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Absolutely destroying the estimate in sub-hour in-game time. Very cool. But yeah, 51 Ts.
Very well done, Crazy. Very well done. GG on that run.
Hooray! But yeah, once again, if you are in any way interested in speedrunning Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, even in any of the other games, there's actually 4 other games, and some are on like GBA as well. But make sure to join the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger speedrunning Discord. So many people there to help you out if you want the help, and so many consoles to play on. I heavily recommend this game. It's definitely one of my favorites. Top 3 runs to do. So many cool tricks. But yeah, if you want to check me out, I stream on Twitch almost daily at twitch.tv/crazytonedog. Variety speedruns. I speedrun so many different games. But yeah, make sure check out the charity. Donate if you can. Great cause for the Trevor Project. I've been knowing of the Trevor Project for quite a while now. And yeah. Anything else you would like to say?
And you will be back again with some Simpsons later in the marathon, so...
Yes, in about maybe 25 hours from now, I think. I will be playing
something like that.
Simpsons Hit and Run, Time Skip All Tasks, No Level Returns. So I will return for that.
I can also say before we transition over, I can say we have partnered up with Quokka mousepads to bring you FTLG mousepads. If you use the code FTLG, you get 50% off at checkout. And you get a mousepad and you help out FTLG in the process. And for this marathon, we actually have it set up so anyone who donates will be entered into a giveaway for 1 out of 3 of those mousepads at the end of the marathon. So if you have donated, you're in for the giveaway.
Wonderful.
Now we can transition over. Thank you, Crazy.
With you, the summer came and went in a day, and I've been craving you since the first time that I sat by your side. And I've been on my knees thinking time is gonna fix me inside. No, nothing's gonna make me forget, and I don't think I want to forget anyway. Yeah. No, nothing's gonna make me forget. Yeah, I don't think I want to forget anyway. Yeah. When you're miles away, yeah, you can make it shine when the whole world rains. Always on my mind, always in my brain. With you the days are long and the nights are late, and I've been craving you since the first time that I sat by your side. Ooh, and I've been on my knees thinking time is gonna fix me inside. No, nothing's gonna make me forget, and I don't think I want to forget anyway. Yeah. No, never wanna forget. No, nothing's gonna make me forget, and I don't think I want to forget anyway. Yeah. No, nothing's gonna make me forget. Yeah, I don't think I want to forget anyway. Yeah.
We're raising money for charity, so if you can help us reach our goal, !donate in chat. Be sure to follow us on our socials by doing !socials in chat.